Hi, I'm Ruben Bressler, and welcome to the Sideboard. I'm here with Weston Buhr. And if you know anything about Legacy, you know that one of the main pillars of the format is Wasteland. So there's some trepidation when you're trying to play a deck that's using lands that need to be in play to cast big spells. But Weston, you're not afraid of Wasteland. You're playing 12 post. Yep. So tell me a little bit about your deck.
With 12 posts, the general idea is ramp up. Hardcast Eldrazi, the Primeval Titans. I'm running 28 lands, although I count the Caracas and Iovugan more as spells rather than lands, since they don't tap for mana. Primary goal, I try to lead off with a Gitaxian Probe if it's in there, so that way I can see if they have a Wasteland in opening hand. Otherwise, try to lead off with a Cloud Post, and the best hand you can pretty much get is you can explore on turn 2 and end up getting a turn 3 Primeval Titan into a possible turn 4 Eldrazi, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, just for people who aren't familiar with how Cloud Post worked, Cloud Post was powerful enough that they banned it in Modern. Annoying enough that they banned it in Modern. You have Cloud Post, Glimmer Post, and Vesuva. Hence the name 12 Post. He's running 4 of each. Was there ever any temptation to run Trading Post to be your 13th post? No?
No, not really.
I thought I'd ask, just in case.
Maybe someday.
So you're running Blue-Green. You're running Force of Will, and not a ton of blue cards.
Not too many.
So you're running, it looks like 15 blue cards? That seems like almost the bare minimum. But you definitely want it to protect yourself. You're also running 2 Candelabra of Tawnos. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Candelabra of Tawnos, it certainly works really well in decks like High Tide, but also can untap all of your posts. And you're only running 2. What was the decision behind that number?
I would like to play 4, but I don't think it's necessary, because it's just more win more if you have 4. 2 is usually good enough. And you don't actually need the Cloud Posts 100% of the time to beat some of the decks out there, especially the control decks that are more slow. You have time to just build up your mana base.
Sure. And you're running Phyrexian Metamorph in the main deck as your 13th, 14th, and 15th blue cards. What are they mainly for?
I kind of tinkered with them before. I didn't really...
Intended? Tinkered with them? Sorry, go ahead.
But I kind of experimented with them in a local tournament in Iowa City a couple weeks ago, and I found it was good both for copying the Primeval Titans, because you get the extra lands, and it's also good with kind of counteracting their threats. With Stoneblade, I can copy their Batterskull, and with the ability to bounce it back, I can get continuous Batterskulls.
Wow.
Copy, Knight of the Reliquary, and if they get like a Resolve Grizzlebrand and I get another turn, hopefully, you can state-based effects them away, state-based effects the Vendilion clicks and things like that.
Excellent, that's insane. So let's move quickly to your sideboard. You've got a couple of interesting cards in here. One that I'm in love with is Teferi's Response. I assume that's a Wasteland?
Yes, it's an anti-Wasteland card.
Excellent. For those of you that aren't familiar with Teferi's Response, it's basically a 3-for-1 is what happens with that card. You've also got Silent Arbiter in your sideboard. What is that for?
It's more for aggro decks. A lot of the decks I've noticed play minimal lands with more creatures, and it helps stall them down. I was playing against Cheerios, oddly enough, earlier today, and it helped me out against that because he kind of fizzled and had to be on the beatdown plan, but he couldn't do that once I got the Silent Arbiter in play, and then I also had Propaganda sideboarded in for it.
Excellent. And the last card I want to point out in your sideboard is Platinum Imperion.
Yes.
What is that for?
It's pretty much good against burn, especially. It's an 8/8, so it's really hard for people to deal with. And at the end of the day, it really sucks when you get Price of Progress out of the game. So it can help with that. Yeah, I can't use my fetch lands, so I try to use them beforehand, and I don't gain the life off the Glimmer Post. But it's still an 8/8 that protects me a little bit.
Now, one last thing I want to point out about this deck is, as you've been seeing as we've come in close on the pictures, you've seen some beautiful alterations, particularly on your Primeval Titans being the 4 Seasons, and also the Squirrel Forest I'm a big fan of. Who's done all of your alters?
I'm kind of an eBay addict, and a lot of these are done by a lady in the Philippines. She does a lot of them, and that's who I get most of my alters from. She's very good. All of the Primeval Titans are by her. The Eldrazi are by her.
Excellent. Yeah, like the Star City Games Open Series has really been trying to help out the Altruist community, bringing Altruists into events. Here we have Amber Music at this event. We have Chris Burgesson, Eric Klar, and Eric Klug coming to lots of events, among others. And it's really great to see people actually playing with their art. That's one of the great things about Magic.
Yeah, it's really fun customizing the deck.
Yeah, it looks great, and it looks, not only does it look great, but it looks fun.
Yes,
and you're doing good with it. You're 2-1 right now.
Yep.
Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
12 post. Try it for yourself. Why not?